What up, people? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, today's deck is Wicked God. So, let's get into the deck profile, shall we? Alright, first one is the Wicked Dreadroot. Alright, all these Wicked, I'll call them Wicked Gods because that's pretty much what they are. They all require 3 tributes. They can't be special summoned, only normal summoned by 3 tributes. Okay, this one's effect is when it's on the field, all attack and defense of monsters on the field are halved. And the Wicked Avatar has same effect, can only be normal summoned by 3 tributes, can't be special. This one, your opponent cannot activate spell traps until their second standby phase. And the attack and defense of this card is 100 more than the highest face-up attack position, or no, it's highest face-up attack monster's attack. So that's cool. Then we got the Wicked Eraser. Same thing, but this one, its attack is 1,000 times the number of cards my opponent controls. So if they only have 1 card, it's 1,000. If they had none, it's 0. When this card is destroyed, though, destroys everything on the field. Everything. I can also, during my main phase, destroy it to get the effect. So that's a good thing. Alright, then we have Tragodia. I had 2 in here, but I'm trying to thin it out as much as possible, so there's only 1. And Trag is when you take battle damage, you can special summon it. This card gets 600 attack and defense for each card in your hand. You can also discard a monster and target 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field with the same level as the monster you discarded and take control of it. So it's not bad. Then we got 3 Cyber Dragons. Oh, and by the way, the whole deck is based around getting these 3 guys out. And it's difficult because they each take 3. So we got 3 Cyber Dragons. They special summon if your opponent has a monster, so that's cool. Well, if your opponent has a monster and you don't have any. Same with Vice Dragon. Only difference is his attack and defense gets halved. So it's the same as Cyber, just his attack and defense gets halved. Herald of Creation helps me get back the 3 evil gods or wicked gods. I discard a card and I target 1 level 7 higher monster and add it to my hand. Then we got Double Costin. They act as 2 tributes for tribute summoning. So instead of getting 3 monsters out, I get that and 1 other, and well, that's how it works. Then we got Evil Hero Infernal Gainer. This one, I can banish it and target 1 face-up fiend type monster I control, fiends, and it can attack twice during each battle phase. It's not an in-turn thing. It can always attack twice. That is awesome. And at the end of my second standby phase, I can special summon this back in attack mode. So that's really cool, and I might have to add more of him in here. Then we got Hardened Arm Dragon. Alright, this one's pretty cool too. If it's used for a tribute summon of a monster of 7 or above, it gains the effect that it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that's really cool, meaning these guys won't be able to be destroyed by card effects. Alright, this one, if I control no monsters, I can just special summon it from my hand. It's just like Cyber Dragon or something, but it's just a little bitty guy, so it's helpful. Then we got Spell Striker. I can play 1 spell card from my graveyard to special summon it. It can attack directly, and I take no battle damage involving this monster. So if it gets attacked, I take no battle damage. So that's cool. Then we got Evil Hero Infernal Prodigy. If I control no monsters, I can special summon it. That's the whole gist of this card. Just another, if I control no monsters, special summon it. So that's cool. Then we got Jester Convent. You can only control 1 face up, so I'll put 2 in it. I can special summon it from my hand in face up attack position. That's the main purpose of the card, but If I do, then I can return this card and one face-up monster my opponent controls to their hand during the end phase of your opponent's next turn. So if I can stall until the opponent's next turn, I can return that and one of their monsters. But it's not what's in this deck for. Then we got Battle Fader. That's pretty much the only protection really in this deck is the Battle Fader. Then I threw in one Allure of Darkness because, well, the majority of stuff in this deck is dark. So then we got Fiend Sanctuary, 2 of those. It lets me special summon a Metal Fiend token with 0/0 attack and defense. It can attack. When this token battles, the opponent takes any battle damage a controller would have taken. So, say somebody attacks, they take all the battle damage. So that's cool. During my standby phase, I have to pay 1,000 or it gets destroyed. So then I put 2 double summons in so I can help get those out. Then we got 3 terraformings to get the field spells. We'll go over those in a second. Then we got Fires of Doomsday. I did have 3 in, but the what it does is, okay, I'll just have to leave it there. I can activate this card. I can't summon monsters this turn, except for this card. So it's only really feasible to do it on your opponent's turn. Like their end phase, you set it, activate it then. Especially funds 2 Doomsday tokens. They can't be tributed except for dark monsters. So if I activate it on their end turn and then my turn, I could summon something. Then we got the Monarch Stormforth. It lets me tribute my opponent's monsters for my monsters. So say I get ready to summon one of these guys, I have that set, I activate it their end turn, they have a monster, I activate this during my turn, I tribute those 2 and their monster to get one of those guys out. That's how it works. Then we got March of the Monarchs. Tribute monsters I control can't be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. So that's awesome. Then we got Precious Cards from Beyond. When you successfully tribute summon or set a monster that will require 2 or more tributes, draw 2 cards. Well, that'd be very helpful. There is a lot of continuous spell cards and trap cards in this deck, so I tried to cut it back as much as possible. Advanced Zone. During the end phase in which you tribute summon a monster, you can apply these effects depending on the number of monsters you tributed for tribute summons this turn. 1 or more, I can destroy 1 set card your opponent controls. 2 or more, I can draw a card, and 3 or more, I can add 1 or more, or add 1 monster from my graveyard to my hand. It's not a bad card. It could be replaced by a lot of things, really, but it's not bad. Then field spells, we got Mound of the Bound Creator. This card is awesome in this deck. Level 10 or higher monsters on the field can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So it's like this, but it's a field spell. If a level 10 or higher monster on the field destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the player who controlled the destroyed monster takes 1,000 damage. So if one of these guys, these 4 right here, destroy a monster on my opponent's side of the field, like kills it, sends it to the graveyard, they take 1,000 points of damage. That's amazing. When it's destroyed, when this card, the field spell, is destroyed, I can add 1 divine monster from my deck to my hand. There is no divine, there's no gods in this deck except for these 3 guys, and they're not considered gods. Then we got the Seal of Orichalcos. It's pretty good. Depending on when you play it. All monsters I control gain 500 attack, so that's a plus. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, meaning it has to be hit twice by something to kill it. While I control 2 or more face-up attack position monsters, my opponent cannot target my monster or monsters with the lowest attack for an attack. So this card really works well with the Wicked Avatar, considering it gains 100 more attack than the highest attack monster on the field. Meaning if I have 2 monsters on the field, they have to target the Wicked Avatar at all times. And that thing still gains more attack than their monster. Meaning, well, they're not getting around the Wicked Avatar. So it's a way to protect myself really well. Then we got Proof of Powerlessness. Activate when I control face-up level 7 or higher monster. Destroy all face-up level 5 or lower monsters my opponent controls. Then my monsters can't attack that turn. So it's just like a Mirror Force or a Regeki or something like that. Yeah, for the most part. Then we got Final Attack Orders. All face-up monsters on the field are changed to attack position and their battle positions cannot be changed. So it's nice to help me do more damage. That's pretty much what it does. Then we got Overwhelm. Activate when I control a face-up level 7 or higher monster that was tribute summoned. Negate the activation of a trap card or affect monster's effect and destroy it. So, just a way to get rid of stuff. Now, I could put some rank 10s in. I don't really see a point, because if I can get more than one of these guys out, in my opinion, they're probably stronger than a rank 10. So that's why I didn't put it in. But I do have an extra deck. It probably will never get used much, but we'll go over it. I put in 2 ZW Leo arms. I do have 4 level 5 monsters, so it's a fail-safe just in case I'm dying and I need some help. Then we got Crazy Box. Just a random effect. Then we got Shark Drake. Utopia. Then we got Black Ship of Corn. I put 2 101s. I really like 101, but I'm really starting to get to the point where I never use it. So it's one of those things where it's nice to have for certain things, but otherwise there's no point in having it. But it does fill up the extra deck. So then we got Sky Blaster. I like him. Then we got Excite on Knight. Let's call it Knight. He's pretty cool. Cowboy. And then I added this one. Say if all my evil or wicked gods are in the graveyard and I have 3 level 4s on the field, this guy could be cool. Once per turn during my opponent's main phase, I can detach 1 material from it, which takes 3 level 4s. And this gains attack and defense equal to the total attack of all face-up XE monsters my opponent controls. And it's a quick effect. So I need to do it before they go into battle phase. So if I'm noticing they're done doing their summoning and they've overlaid a ton, I can activate that effect to just make it so they can't do anything. So it's a good thing. And then I put in 2 Acid Golems. Acid Golem's cool, but he makes it so I can't special summon, which sort of sucks. But it's another one of those fail-safes where if I'm out of options and I need damage, I got Acid Golem. But that is the deck. It probably could do with a little bit of tweaking here and there, and I realize that. But I think it's a good solid start of a decent deck. Like I said, this could be up to at least 2 and probably this down to 1. That could probably be up to 3, probably. But then I got the thing of what would I get rid of. I mean, those things could probably go since I have the mounds, but like I said, it's a start to a decent deck that needs tweaking. So, if you like what you saw here, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. Any tips, comments, suggestions, even if you just want to say what up, leave it down in the sub box and I'll get back with you. Or the comment box, not the sub box. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.